How are you feeling today, Olga?
I'm pretty good, Alain. A bit nervous about the exercise we're about to do.
I'm all right, a little nervous. I've never done this before, but we'll see.
Lawyers tend to sound like lawyers when they're talking about the law. But as we're going to see today, there's other ways of explaining the law to your clients than speaking like a lawyer. How would you explain kind of privacy to a client?
That is such a good question.
I think privacy as a legal concept is challenging because it has a lot of different aspects and facets to it.
A great way to explain legal concepts is to paint a picture for your client.
So the way that I like to think of privacy is as a sphere of protection that protects information about who you are as a person and your individual identity. So it protects your image, it protects other kinds of information about you, and it surrounds you and will apply in different ways depending on whether you're in public, whether you're in private.
Try to remember that you're speaking to a client and not to another lawyer or to a judge.
I guess I'd start out explaining that, the right to privacy, it's the right that everybody has to keep certain parts of their life and their personality and their views and their opinions to themselves, and so hidden away from either the government or from other people. But of course, in our legal system, that right has certain limits. Some of those limits include you have a lesser right to privacy if you're out on the street, for example, as opposed to when you're in your own home.
There's lots of ways to explain the law without speaking like a lawyer. One thing that I like to use as an example is kind of like a bubble that's going to contract and expand depending, like you said, where I am and what I'm doing. If I'm in private, obviously, like my expectation of privacy is a lot larger than if I'm, walking down the street. What do you think about that?
What I really like about that analogy is it makes it real for people, and it also means that you can answer their question and provide real information without saying it depends. Which, we love saying it, we're lawyers, but clients don't love it.
Yeah, they wonder why they're paying us.
Yep.
As you said, in public, you're interacting with and taking part in society, whereas at home you're in your own space, and there's a big distinction between those two.
Instead of talking about reasonable expectations of privacy, try talking about a bubble that gets bigger or smaller depending on where they are and what they're doing. That way it's a lot easier for them to understand.